Happy New Year. Welcome to Roussel Reads. I'm Deja, and today we are going to do a monthly reset. It is hard to believe that it is already 2025. I don't know where 2024 went. It was the shortest yet longest year ever. I feel like so many things happened in 2024, and yet for how much happened, it doesn't feel like all of that should have happened in 1 year. So it just felt so long at times as well. And for me personally, I had a lot of changes happening in my life. I moved out of my hometown, I got a new job, and there's just a lot more other things that happened as well. And it just doesn't feel real that all of that happened in 2024. But I think for the most part, 2024 was not a bad year for me. And I'm excited and a little nervous about what 2025 is going to bring. So let's get into this monthly reset. As you saw previously, I went to Half Price Books for the first time and I unhauled like 50 or so books there. And that was crazy. But I decided I was going to get rid of all of my Nancy Drew books because I was like, I don't really want them. And I don't see myself rereading them anytime soon. And if I do, they're so widely available that I would literally just get them from the library or something. In addition to that, I have been cleaning out my Kindle TBR because I've had way too many stuff your Kindles, and when they were first introduced, I would literally just download everything, even if I wasn't really interested in them. But I went through my Kindle and I chose a few, tried samples of them, and I just unhauled those as well. And so, in total, for my digital and my physical TBR, I unhauled 62 books, and I'm very proud of myself for that. And I know, as I'm doing these bookshelves, because another thing is I got new bookshelves, but as I'm going through my bookshelves, I know there's going to be a lot more that I'm going to unhaul. So maybe in February's monthly reset, you'll see more books that I unhaul. But I think a goal that I have that's not really a goal, it's just something that I want to keep in mind is that I want to be more intentional with the books that I haul and the books that I unhaul. I really want my shelves to reflect the kind of books that I really enjoy, and I don't think that they're right there right now. And so I'm really trying to focus on creating and having shelves of books that I really, really enjoy. So while I did get rid of 62 books, I hauled 20 digital books from the Stuff Your Kindles, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm also I probably should have cut back. But Gray Huffington, which is an author that I've been wanting to try, she had 6 or 7 of her books just free on Amazon one day. And then the Stuff Your Kindle, like I said, I found a few there that I really wanted to read. And I don't know, I'm not going to go through all of the books that I hauled from the digital ones. I will eventually read them and talk about them. But in terms of the physical books that I hauled, when I went to Half Price Books, I was browsing while they were going through the things that I sent them. And I found 6 books that I wanted to buy. And most of these were books that I've already read or have started reading, and I was really enjoying them. So I don't feel bad about getting those books, especially because most of them I have read or have very much intentions to read fairly soon, and I think that I'll really enjoy them. So I'm not too mad about that. But in total, I hauled 26 books. So I guess I still did better with my unhaul hauling ratio, but yeah, I'm definitely trying not to do that as much next year. I really need to read down the books that I already have, and just getting new books and all of that is just not helping that. So I am definitely going to be focusing on that a little bit more in 2025. And as you'll see with my TBR, I think I'm going to start making headway into that. But in total, for the 26 books that I hauled, I only spent $56, and I'm happy with that. Now, in terms of my NetGalley ratio, I have been doing better. I am currently at 30% for this one, and I am not upset about that, especially because I did send 2 reviews in, and lately I just haven't been doing that at all. I do have plans to read down my NetGalley TBR in 2025 as well, but like most of the reading goals that I have, I don't really have like set plans because while I really do enjoy reading, like I don't want it to be like super structured. So I have goals to read down my physical and digital TBR. I have goals to not haul as many books and just like an arbitrary number of like how many books I want to read. But at the end of the day, the goals that I have for my reading, they're not really like smart goals or anything. Like they're just like general ideas of what I kind of want to happen in 2025. But I'm also not being like super hard on myself if I don't reach those because honestly, reading, I just want it to be enjoyable again. And not that it's been feeling like work, but like I just think that the books that I've been reading just have not been enjoyable. So whatever reaches the goals and whatever doesn't reach the goals, like doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm finding myself having an enjoyable time. And then to go into some of the challenges that I have for the 2024 year that's going into the 2025 year, the first challenge that I had was the buzzwordathon, and I completed the buzzword challenge at 75%. Not the best, but honestly, I wasn't really like called to pick up any of the books that I chose for any of those prompts. So I just decided that I'm just going to leave it where it's at, and I'm still okay with 75%. And then for my 12 books in 2024, I only read three of them. One of them I completed, but the other two I actually DNF'd. And I decided that 2025, I'm not doing that challenge. I don't have good luck with any of the books in those. And that's not to say like all the books that I didn't pick up, like they're going to be like that as well. But once that like starts with like the trend of like the books that I choose, then I don't really want to pick up any of the other ones. So I decided I'm not going to do a yearly TBR, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. In terms of the fantasy book bingo challenge, which is hosted on Reddit, I am 48% into this. The challenge ends in April. I do think that I can reach 100% at this time, but I don't know. We'll see because some of the prompts, like orcs, I don't really care for any books about that. So we will see how far I actually get. And then for the last challenge is QWordy, which is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever complete or do or something. And this one I am 34% into it. And this is just based off of like the story graph prompt. They have like the different sections, and sometimes it's not represented correctly on the story graph challenge that I'm a part of. Like the challenge that has like the spell out your name, that one, like it says that I have completed that one, but I haven't because I still have like multiple books I still have to read for that challenge. So this is just like an estimate on how far I am. And I don't know. I hardly think I'm going to complete this, but it has been very interesting, and I actually do kind of like the challenge. At the very least, it forces me to read a new release in the month that it is released, and that has been interesting. I kind of like doing that. So even like after the challenge, I might continue to do that. But yeah, it has been an interesting challenge, and I'm curious to see how far I will get on that one. Now, let's talk about some of the upcoming plans. I have all of the videos that I'm hoping to do in January, or really just like the first 6 months of the year. I'm hoping that it will help me to stay on track, like just scheduling when I need to film something or when I need to start a project, because some of them are longer projects and I don't exactly know how long they will take me. So it's good to get an idea of when I have something that I want to go out. I'm still going to stick to like one video a week at most. And I think I'm going to let myself be okay with like taking breaks because the last few months I have not really been posting, and honestly I felt like I needed that little breather. So I'm okay with that, and I'm not going to like put pressure on myself or look down on myself if I don't get a video out or anything. And the last thing before I go is the January TBR. I have been getting better at doing TBRs. I think that they have been helping me get through just some of the priorities and stuff that I have set for myself. And so I do want to continue them, even though I am a mood reader. But I'm starting to get better at like choosing books that will fit whatever mood that I think I'll be in. I'll put the TBR graphic on the screen. Please keep in mind that these are not all of the books that I'm planning to read. It is definitely worth noting that these are not all of the books that I'm going to be reading. Usually I try to like fill it up just so I can see like what I have to choose from. But for this time, I'm only me like 5 or 6. I believe that's how many is on this graph. And that's only because one of the projects that I have coming out is a vlog project, and I am going to start reading all of those books now. So I'm not sure how much of this TBR I will actually get to, but I'm very much hoping that I will get to at least 3 of them. And I know I have some big books on here. I am not sure how January will go with me trying to read tome, but I have tried to pick books that fit into the challenges that I'm trying to participate in, which is like the Black Horror Challenge, the Students Readathon hosted by Native Book Lady Warrior, and I am doing the Game of Thrones readathon, so I am behind on that, and I need to actually read the Game of Thrones first book. There's a lot going on in 2025, and I'm excited for all of it, and I cannot wait to share a lot more with you on this journey of mine with this channel and just everything else. But here's to a great new year. But yeah, I think that'll be all for this video. If you like this video, please like and maybe comment like a goal that you have for your 2025 reading year, or even just a goal in general. And if you don't want to do that, you can always just leave like some kind of celebration emoji. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!